The pace of change in the technology industry has never been faster, quite frankly, and nowhere is that more apparent than in the data center. AI workloads, cloud scale demands, and evolving customer needs are reshaping the landscape almost daily. And in this environment, how a company engages its partners and customers matters just as much as the product it builds. Hello, I'm John Alba from the Channel Company, and today I'm joined by Matt Unangst, Senior Director of Enterprise Solutions at AMD, and we're going to explore how AMD is strengthening its partner and customer relationships, how the channel plays a critical role within the AMD go-to-market strategy, and talk about what's on the horizon as AMD continues to build momentum in an era defined by AI and rapid innovation. And that's what it's all about, Matt, isn't it? How are you, my friend?
Hey, I'm great, John. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me today.
Really excited to jump into all this with you because we spend so much time talking about the AI landscape, and AMD very much has its finger on the pulse. So let's get into things here. The industry continues to see an incredibly rapid pace of change and innovation. Yeah. How is AMD addressing that?
Yeah, I mean, I think the rate of change and pace of new technology adoption right now is probably at the highest level that we've ever seen. And it's very critical that all of us within the channel ecosystem are ready to respond to those needs from our customers and our partners. From an AMD perspective, we're really approaching that through three key areas of focus. The first one is that we're getting closer to our customers than we've ever been in the past. We're understanding our customers, their needs, the workloads that they're trying to deploy, and the challenges that they're facing in this world of rapidly expanding AI utilization, as well as the need to modernize their data centers. The second key piece for us is around building out what I'll call an ecosystem of solutions. AMD's been very focused on making this transition from selling silicon to selling solutions. And so we've been very focused on building out a set of partnerships with ISVs and application partners that are focused on the most common and most needed applications, use cases, and workloads across different industries and verticals. And then the third piece, which is critically important from an AMD perspective, is we're looking at this market and how quickly it's moving, and we're saying, hey, we've got to deliver a full portfolio of solutions for both compute and for AI. And AMD is uniquely positioned in the market today with a full complement of solutions across laptops, desktops, workstations, as well as data center solutions, both in the cloud and on-prem, that meet the needs of our customers.
You covered a lot of ground there, but you did mention how AMD is focusing on industry verticals. So how can the channel then play a role in supporting those motions?
I think the need to focus on solutions by industry or vertical is more important than ever. There are a lot of commonalities that we see in the market right now. Customers across all industries have the need to modernize their data centers. They're all facing challenges around finding the budget, both in terms of dollars, as well in terms of power budget and space to go deploy solutions. And so don't get me wrong, there's commonalities across the board. But we also see more than ever a need for customers to have solutions that are tailored to their industry and to their spaces. Whether you're talking about customers in the retail space or in the manufacturing space, or the customers that are designing, automotive or aerospace type of products, they have unique and specific needs. And that's not even to begin to get into what's coming with the rapid expansion of agentic flows. As we look across that, there is a very strong need to deliver solutions to our customers that are tailored to their industry. And I think the real opportunity here is for AMD and our channel partners to work together to be that trusted advisor for our customers and help them work through what is a very fast-paced environment, but in some ways, a little bit of a complicated environment for our customers, and that's where the opportunity is within the channel.
I know AMD takes a lot of pride in the partnerships that it fosters. So how are those playing a role in advancing AI solutions?
Yeah, I mean, I'll start by saying partnerships are the foundational piece for everything that we're doing at AMD. At the core of that, AMD is a firm believer and backer of open source solutions. We believe that open source solutions, as well as the partner ecosystem that we build out, is very critical for delivering the best innovation, but also giving our customers choice. And so as we think about those partnerships, especially on the front of AI and AI solutions, There's really three critical pieces to that where AMD has been focused on building out those partnerships. The first is around hardware deployment and having the right platforms available. AMD, with our latest generation EPYC processors, has the broadest and most advanced set of portfolio solutions that we've ever had. And we've also continued to expand the offerings that we have from a cloud perspective. But building on that, where AMD has really been focused on is expanding our partnerships within the software ecosystem. So as we think about AI solutions, you have to have the hardware, then you have to have what we call the orchestration layer, and then there's the ISVs. At that orchestration layer, AMD has put a strong emphasis on building out a set of partnerships with the likes of Nutanix and Red Hat, Broadcom with VMware, SUSE, and Canonical to deliver an orchestration layer for enterprise AI solutions that is open source and delivers choice to our customers. And then the very critical last piece of this is around the ISV ecosystem. When we think about our customers, they're buying an outcome, and that outcome is often arrived at by deploying some application for the use case that they're looking at. And AMD has put a lot of focus recently around building out our relationships with ISVs. And this is where it ties back to the vertical orientation. As we think about these ISVs, in a lot of cases, there are ISVs that are targeted at different markets and industries, and we've been very, very intentional about building those out. So at the hardware layer, at the orchestration layer, and then at the ISV and end customer layer, we're building those partnerships holistically across the entire solution set.
Just a little bit going on at AMD, huh?
Just a bit, but it's exciting.
Well, so then let's wrap with this. What are you most looking forward to over the course of the next, say, 6 to 12 months?
Yeah, well, I think, as we look at the next 6 to 12 months, I think anybody that can predict exactly what the world of compute and AI is going to look like, in that time horizon probably isn't being completely honest. But that's part of what makes the current environment super exciting. Look, as I talk to customers and get out and engage with our partners, the one thing that I see right now is that AI and the deployment of AI is just starting to deliver dividends to customers, and they're really just now getting their heads wrapped around how to deploy these solutions in a way that improves their productivity, improves their decision making, and delivers value to the organization. So I think we're at the very beginning stages of this rollout right now. And what's exciting about that is there's so much opportunity to work with our customers to optimize those solutions, to optimize the tokens per dollar that they can get out of the compute solutions. And by the way, all of this is predicated on the ability of organizations to modernize their data center, free up space, and make sure that their general compute and kind of IT foundation is super solid. So whether it be on the AI side, which is obviously moving at a just incredibly rapid rate, or what I'll call kind of the classic IT side of things, there's a lot of opportunity for us over the next year.
Let me tell you, it's very hard for me to even forecast what I'm going to cook for dinner tonight, let alone what's going to happen in the next 6 to 12 months. So I appreciate the forecast there, Matt. Thanks so much for joining me here. And thanks to everyone for tuning in at home as well. You can find out more about the AMD Partner Program and AMD Enterprise Solutions at the web address on your screen. Have a great day.